Is it on? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. I'm all like, is it on? Hey, my apologies, everyone. I'm like massively late. I got hung up on the phone. And I was trying to get it taken care of. Hmm. Oop. There. All right. I'm not gonna purple you guys out today. So today, hold on one second. Let me grab it. All right. Oh my gosh. Where do I start? I start with the fact that we are, first of all, getting super loaded up, supercharged. And for me, that energy has just been really strong, to the point to where it's where all you want to do is just kind of lay down and just rest and not be moving around. But there was this one thing that was bothering me for like 2 days. I kept seeing this copper twirled around, spiraled around, clipped on my ear. And I was like, okay, new design, something I should make, something I should do. And it just kept showing itself and showing itself. And I was like, okay. And it just kept bothering me. So finally this morning, I sat up and I grabbed my jewelry tool making kits and stuff, and I said, okay, fine, let me see. I said, how do I design this? And it was like literally I was just saying, cut this much, take this size and the opposite size of this, the smaller size, wrap that around, make a coil, and then make your spirals on the inside, split it, and then you'll have the four different type of spirals of what they were showing me. And I just kept saying, gosh, why does that look so familiar? Like I used to wear that all the time. And they said, you did, but it had a technology attached to it that was for travel, that was for alignment, that all you had to do is tap it, and it took care of the body to align with different timelines, different frequencies, and things like that. And I was like, that sounds interesting. So here's the results. You can see it. So I made these, designed them. They're really cool. And they spiral clip behind the ear and clip in. And I wore them out, and so I saw and said, oh wow, I really like the copper clip that you have on your ears. And then I said, oh, thank you. So yeah, just finally got that done. So those are just my fun things I like to make now. And it's something about when you're wearing the clip on the ear, how it is, and it goes in and it's on certain pressure points. Okay, certain pressure point. So let me see if I can show this one. So that's what it looks like. Isn't that cool? So I got the little leaflet ones, and then the inner spiral, how it goes on. and then it has the backside and it's coiled all the way around. So yeah, you get that lift up in the ear. And you just slide it on. You can separate it out, spread it out, or keep it tight. However you want to do it. And find a point, stick it in, and there you go. I'm like, can you hear me now? So I was just like, OMG. And then finally the whole vision, after I finished making it, the whole vision thing stopped. And I was like, oh, it stopped. Okay. That's usually how it is for me. If I'm supposed to make something for a certain reason. And so I did, and it just finally the vision flashing stopped because I completed the task. I was like, okay, fine, I'll make it. So today we have a portal, and this portal is the first one. Then tomorrow's the new moon. Then we have another portal on Thursday. So this is a really interesting energy. Okay. The first one is Kin 239, which is the blue overtone storm. And let's see. Okay, so here it says, I empower in order to catalyze commanding energy. I seal the matrix of self generation with the overtone and tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of accomplishment. I am the galactic activation portal. Enter me. The color is blue. Far from it. The planet is Pluto. The chakra is the root. And the earth family is gateway. So we have a rune. It's the rune of possession. What does it mean to hold things of importance and moving towards? And then this one says, we are the hinge of the absolute in its self-remembrance. The fourth dimension, continuing consciousness, and the second cosmic ascension for the higher control. So this is gate 315. Gate 315. So let me see if I can go in there. Okay. See. Go underneath that key. So much going on the planet. It's crazy. It's a lot of energy. And I think one of the saddest things I heard yesterday, Michael Jaco was talking. And it was interesting to watch him talking because he lives like up in the Tahoe area. And it was snowing behind him. And I said, yeah, it's been a little cold down here. But it was snowing up there because we had rain yesterday and the day before. So, and he said it. He said a lot of spiritual awake people are giving up. They're tired. They're giving up. They're like giving up. And he's like, no, you got to stay in it. Don't give up. Don't quit. Because this is where, you start feeling like, what's the use? Why are we doing this? What's the use? Why keep, wasting our time? It seems like the dark is winning because they're putting everything in place. We got all these fake ass Trumpsters running around looking like a Trump, but it's not the one that was voted in. It's all the fake stuff. Then you got all the fake stuff of the weather control and how they want to do the smart cities and all of that. So the title of this video is about how to fine tune yourself and staying fine tuned. And that energy of the Anzuru is the breath of Vulcan, the initiate, the initiation. So I look at it like this. Right now, there's a lot of us feeling like um, we are going through an initiation process. And we are. There's no doubt about it. We're going through an initiation process. Which ones want to come to the higher frequency and which ones don't want to play the game. You know, they don't want to be um, doing the work. They want to stay comfortable. They want to stay in what's familiar. They want to stay in that energy because that's a lot easier for them than to do the work, break yourself down, and figure out what is going on with the self and heal that. So there's a lot of people that don't want to do that aspect of it. So I find it kind of interesting how this is playing out. And it's kind of like to fine tune yourself means you have to look at something different that you need to be connected to. Maybe it's wearing a different set of jewelry. Maybe it's doing something different that helps attune you, to fine tune yourself. What is the fine tuning? What are some of the crystals that you can use that will help fine tune you? What are some of the oils that you can use that will help fine tune you? This morning I thought it was really interesting. I said, wow, you know, I'm gonna the sun is out. I want to try to get down the stairs and, you know, go to the park if I can do that and get myself there. And the sun is up. I'm so happy. Yay. Ah. As soon as I got myself all together, finally, because it took some time, by the time I showered, got dressed, got myself all, you know, wrapped up, and okay, let's put this one on, this one will work. Okay, let me put this, let me have this, da 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 da, did this. Thought I had time, you know. I look out there, and around 12, just before 12, these artificial clouds started coming in, non-divine clouds. And I'm like, and then it started covering the sky, and I'm like, so then, of course, I go out, and the sun is trying to pierce through, and you get a little sun break here in between these stagnant clouds, and then finally, probably around 2:30 or so, it starts leaving. By that time, I'm already back and trying to make the meals and stuff, and I'm like, really? You just have to bring those non-divine clouds out because you just have to disrupt the energy. And the more I look at it, the more I'm saying to myself, I am not coming back down here ever again to assist with any kind of thing because it's too much. We come and we show up and we work on ourselves, we work on our family stuff, we do everything. And to keep constantly in this fight or flight mode, this is why all of us have digestive issues. You can tell the ones who are the fighters because you got the little tummy thing going on. You got digestive issues because your cortisol levels are constantly up, down, up, down, up, down. And then they stay up, and it's this constant fight and flight thing that we're doing. Even when we're sleeping, we're fighting. When we're awake, we're fighting. There's no in between where it's a final, just a clear line of it's okay. It's a constant go, go, go energy that we're constantly in this battle with. We're trying to keep our frequency up. We're trying to do this. We're trying to keep this going. We're trying to stay away from people that can hurt us. We're trying to keep our eye out looking for this. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Don't drink this. Drink this. It's this constant. It's almost like, you know what? I'm just going to come and show up. That's it. I'm not eating anything. I'm not drinking anything. We'll just knock that out. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to have any money exchange. I'm not going to have anything that ties me into the system because that basically that's what it is. And it means you would have to just be a jumper. To fine tune yourself, you would have to be a jumper. And a jumper would mean you're not tied to anything. You can go from place to place to place to place anytime you want. You're not tied to the money system. You're not tied to a home. You're not tied to living conditions. You're not tied to if you got to eat. You show up, you pop into a place where you want to eat. You just show up, sit there, and then eat your food and pop the hell out. And nobody sees you coming, or nobody sees you come in. Nobody sees you leave. Pop in and out. Gone. That's what it's like now. So it's really kind of one of these weird type of energy, and it just seems like it's accelerating more this week. And I know it has a lot to do with the planetary alignment of the water trine that Meg talked about and how things are going to get really amplified. I totally get it. But man, this is like kind of like one of those things where you just want the dream, the nightmare to be over with so you can get out of the bed and figure out what you're supposed to be doing next for your day. It seems like this dream just keeps going and going and going and going and going, and it's not letting up. So, and then it's the crazy people energy, how you're seeing some the breakdown of certain people that are not organic, how they're breaking down, and they're doing crazy stuff. So, and the ones that are not organic beings, you can tell because they repeat themselves. They stay stuck in patterns. They don't move beyond anything. They copy everybody else because they don't have creativity. They can't do it. So it's just really a sad thing. So let's talk about the fine tunement of the self. To fine tune yourself, like I said, you're going to want to start upgrading yourself into some different type of stones. And, it's really interesting. I was watching, after I finally made these, and I said, okay, I made them. So the flashing of the vision stopped. I was like, okay, got them on. And I said, I know it's a lot to do with this copper. So then I said, maybe I need to switch and go ahead and switch into my moldavite and get that going again, and then wear my spear. And as soon as I kind of did that, now everyone, you need to pay attention to this. When you put certain things on your body, entombment, ask if they work together by taking actual necklace or taking an actual piece and hold it up. Keep your neck straight. Only tilt down your eyes and see if does this with this necklace combine well with this necklace. And if it says yes for you, then you got a good combo. If it doesn't move and it says no, don't wear that necklace with that necklace. Moldavite is very picky and what goes with it. Is a very strong stone to work with. Now I've had this moldavite for about over 28 years, 25 to 28 years. And it's been with me for quite some time. But it's this moldavite is back in the day when you got moldavite, you had real moldavite. Now you kind of got to be a little bit cautious if you get moldavite and it says it's moldavite, but is it really moldavite? Is it that, or is it colored fancy glass that they got you wearing? So moldavite, tektite, those stones, and then I'm wearing like your turquoise and your black obsidian here, some gold, got that going on. Strong stones, yeah, strong stones. Now let's talk about this. When we're diving in and fine tuning ourselves, you're going to fine tune yourself with oils. You're going to fine tune yourself with your voice. You're going to fine tune yourself with food. You're going to fine tune yourself with certain jewelries that you're wearing that can help you accelerate more of your chakra energy, can help you accelerate more into stepping into the higher frequencies of different realms. that you want to be on. Now, the ones that are going to stay behind, the negative energy ones that are not going to make it to the higher frequency, are the people that don't work on themselves, the people that steal, cheat, lie, infringe pain on other people. They do stuff. Yes, tech time. Um, the people who don't work on themselves at all, or what you have, they are going to stay in their their zone. They're not going to come out of that zone. Okay. So right now, in order to get to those higher places and lock yourself in on your timeline of a higher frequency, so that when you're on that higher frequency, like I was explaining to one of my future to be practitioners, um, we were in this conversation about being on a timeline, a higher frequency timeline. And when you're on those higher frequency timelines, what's going to happen? The ones that didn't do the work, the ones that played around, the ones that just didn't care, thought you were weird, they're going to stay at that level. And then they're not going to see you, because they can't see you because you're on a higher level. They can't interact with you because you're on a higher level, unless you lower your frequency down to meet them where they can actually commune with you. But once you're up here, you're not going to want to be doing this. This is like going this is like going to a high-end restaurant here and then coming down here to McDonald's. I'm eating at five-star restaurants, I'm eating good food, and then I'm going to drop down here to McDonald's. Yeah, your order's up. No, we're not doing that. So really think about fine tuning. Now, one of the things, if you're going to get into Moldavite, I seriously want you to research it before you go. Just familiarize yourself with that stone again, because some people, it might be a little bit too much for you if you're still dealing with, well, it's true, if you're still dealing with, there's some spiritual healer people are out there eating at McDonald's still. How can you do that? Oh my God. I was like, I can understand, like, if you were stranded somewhere and that was like the last place in the world where you had to be, and there was no other place, there was no other food anywhere, and the only thing you could get was some McDonald's French fries just to survive to get to the next location where there was real food. I get it. But under other circumstances, if you are a really in tune, healing, energy vibing person, the last thing you want to do is be stopping off at McDonald's. Okay, come on now, come on, no. So the Moldavite transformation, rapid spiritual evolution, chakra activation, cleansing, protection, increasing incidence of synchronicity. It's an element of the storm, all specializing in the heart and the third eye. So we're talking about this heart and third eye connection when you're doing the Moldavite. So Moldavite is going to bring in that awareness, that energy, that healing, and it is a very strong stone to wear. It's like the holy grail stone to be working with because it's cosmic link. So right now, if you really think about it, it's a perfect time to be working with it, because we're talking about frequencies, we're talking about codes, we're talking about star energy, and a lot of that is around us right now. And to help move out artificial blockages, it's really important to understand the power of your voice, of how you claim your space, how you fine tune your space around you, how you make sure that no portals are open that allows beings to come in and be messing with you. So when you fine tune that and you have that in the place of fine tunement, you can keep that energy out. So one of the things I really wanted people to just take a look at, if you're going to feel called to working with Moldavite, make sure you're getting a good quality piece. If you have an old piece of Moldavite, stuck somewhere in your jewelry box and you haven't worn it in when, and you're lucky enough to find it because it didn't vanish on you, take it out and see if it's ready for you to wear. Because maybe at the time you weren't ready to wear it. Maybe there was some kind of alignment thing that you had to go through in order to be able to capture the energy of that stone and to be able to wear it. So I really want to invite all of you to really do some research on the Holy Grail of the Moldavite and how that particular green and from where it comes from is such a strong healing stone, okay, to be working with. So I'm going to hop on here because I find it very interesting when I come on and I'm talking that they play games with my setup. There. Yeah, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, what's going on? Okay, put another like on the video so I can keep this up above the algorithm. You know how they like to shadow ban my butt? They don't want nobody finding me. I obviously must be doing something right. I'm doing something right. Gosh, I would just love to sit down and have some like chai latte or something with these beings and say, what the fuck is your problem? You think that would be too forward? Bring out my laser gun and pew, pew, pew. There, we're even. Problem solved. Let me liquefy you. Oh my gosh. I gotta hurry up and get back there. Okay, so the copper, I read to you before with this. Now, the copper helps to strengthen the neurological function, helps with breathing, it helps with bone tissue, cartilage, ligament, tendons, sinus tissue. The copper in the left to the right side of the brain disorder like autism, dyslexia, epilepsy, neurological diseases, is physical coordinate problems, vision problems, pineal, pituitary gland, and strengthens. Now, copper also works with anemia when you wear the copper bracelet, and the antidote, the effects of microwave radiation and increases copper assimilation. So in the years to come, I read this before, this elixir, if you made a copper elixir, may achieve great importance because it will be used for the treatment of the cosmos and microwave radiation. So we're in that time of now where we're inundated with a lot of cosmic radiation coming in. And that, yeah, I have Moldavite earrings and necklace. Okay, so that's fine tuning yourself. So that Moldavite necklace and earring, now is the time you want to be wearing that. Even if you have Tektite. Tektite's another one that's from outer space itself. And when it comes in, it has those codes in it. Everything is super coded up right now. We can tap into it and utilize it. Tapping into the standing ones, tap into the tree codes, tapping into the guardianships of the sky, tapping into those codes, tapping into the codes of the suns. Notice how I say suns, not one sun, suns. Tapping into those codes. The moon, not sure about that because it's not stable. One minute is visible, and next minute it's not. It's like, oh, did they leave it up? Did they forget to put it in the sky? Where is it? Oh, it's over on the East Coast. Did the moon ever make it over here on the West Coast? Where's the freaking moon? Can't find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's almost full. Oh, it's full moon the next day. It's weird. It's so weird. The moon doesn't make any sense. I remember back in the day when I was growing up as a teenager, and my bedroom would face the hills. And I just loved to just go and sit in my bedroom and look at the moon coming up. And I would just sit there and just be in this awe, like, oh, there it is, this moon, this full moon coming out. And me and my mom would even just kind of just be watching, and we say, let's watch how fast the moon comes up. We're going to watch how fast the moon comes up over the horizon and just be watching it. And that's when the moon, back in that time in the 1970s, 1977, 75, 70, back in 1978, 1980s, it felt real. It felt like there was a good moon energy there. Now it kind of feels interesting. So the copper, having that copper and working with it is a part of fine tuning. Okay. So fine tune your earrings. What earrings are working for you? Now, keep in mind, if you're going to be wearing Moldavite earrings, you want to make sure you attune them with your breath by blowing on them and speak into them and say, I like for you to attune yourself to me so I can utilize it to hear clearly, clear, benevolent light beings, okay, that will attune so that you can hear that, okay. The necklace is going to be a connection to the throat chakra. It's going to be to the third eye. It's going to be to the heart. So you got this triangular thing going on, which is cool. So, but definitely when you work with Tektite, working with that at nighttime as a part of astral projection, needing to meet and get some information on something, that's a good one to use. Be aware of it though. It's a strong stone. Be very aware. So, any questions about that fine tuning? Tomorrow we'll have a break in between. And then the next one will be on, the 19th. We'll go into Yellow Rhythmic Sun. And then we're going to bump over to the Red Resonant Dragon, which is another portal on Thursday. Now, there's some energy that's kicking up. And I'm not sure how it's trying to play itself out, but it's like an energy of surprise energy that's trying to come up. I've heard others talking about it, but I've been feeling like a race of energy coming in that's going to be the sweeping effect. And it's like, your eyes are open, wake up. It's kind of that feeling. And it's just as kind of done energy. We're done. We're done. It's going to have that feeling. Later this week, we're going to have that kind of energy of feeling like we're done. That's it. We're done. Because the clarification and how things are happening are moving really fast. Now, keep in mind, you're going to have a lot of so-called other beings saying things about that three-eye atlas, saying it's a hoax, it's not real, it's da 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 da. No, it's a plasmic ship. It's a highly intelligent plasmic ship that's coming through with plasmic beings on it. Okay, plasma is not a physical thing of what we think it is. It's not a physical thing. It's plasma. So I don't know. There's just some people I'm looking at them like, what are you drinking? What are you sipping on? Take your butt off. It's just, you really have to as a part of fine tuning yourself, be very aware of other people and what they're saying, because there's so many tricksters out there that are just saying stuff just so they can get their clicks and likes and get their million subscribers and all that bullshit. That doesn't mean anything. What you bring to the table and how authentic you are with your power and your frequency is what counts right now. You can have all the clicks in the world. You can have all the subscribers but if you're not authentic, forget it. You're not doing shit. Oh my gosh, did I have to say that? I'm so sorry. I apologize. I digress. It needed to be said. Tired of all this rinky-dink, hokey-dokey bullshit crap going on. I'm just fed up with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care at this point. It's like, come on, hit me with your best shot. Let's go. Yeah. Just so over the craziness. I can't, even when I go out, I'd have to tell myself, okay, I'm going to the third dimensional store. I'm on a high frequency. I'm going to stay there. But if I see anything that's morphing in front of me, I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to let it know I see it. There's not going to be any of this faking it. There's not going to be any of this crazy stuff like you're supposed to act like you didn't see it crap. No, I'm going to call it out. So why are you glitching over there? Did you forget to wear your skin? Oh, I'm sorry. Is your skin giving out on you? Darn. Maybe Revlon can help you. Got fantastic makeup. Maybe that can help you. All right, let's take a look at some cards. Any questions about, I know I just went on a slight tangent, but you hear what I'm saying. Check into your Moldavite, check into your Tektite, check into your copper, how you're wearing it. Maybe it's time to kind of flip and match, bringing up a higher frequency. What is your code? What is your fine-tuning code? Now is the time to implement what your fine-tuning code is. What is that for you? We're going to take a look at the Galactic Heritage cards. Boom. These cards that have these meanings and really are interesting. We're going to do them in threes because it does a past, present, and future. We have an Earth card. We have a Palladian card. And then we have Return the Favor. So the Earth card is a future. It says, seeing the one. Seeing the one. Seeing the one. The middle card is going to be Stubbornness, number 40. The Palladians. Where is our stubbornness? Where are we feeling stubborn? What's the stubbornness? Return the Favor, 82. The Zeta Reticuli present. Returning the favor. What's the favor? How are we returning the favor? Okay. So when we look at that, let's see what the seeing the one, how does that break down? And then the stubbornness, what's the stubbornness? And then returning the favor, what are we dealing with that? So seeing the one, it says the Black League Patterning, Orion, the Orions, Black League Patterning. And then the stubbornness brings us to the Melting Pot, number 75, the future. So are we talking about we need to kind of find our melting pot of self? And then when we look at the returning the favor, it goes into alone time, Number 25, the Vega present. Now, I'm not sure about all of you, but I have been enjoying a lot of just quiet time. Yes, I've been sacred of minds, scared of minds. Okay, yeah, be scared of mine. No, don't be scared of it. Just blow your breath on your stones and give that energy to your stones, so that your stone, when you wear that moldavite, you're going to feel the difference. Like, it's going to feel different than what it was when you first got it and you felt attracted to wear it. And then now it's going to be like, oh, whoa, like I see things differently now when I'm wearing it. Okay. So now we're going to look at, okay. And everybody kind of pay attention to, try not to stress yourself out. We're in we're in the holiday, artificial holiday belt right now. I call it that because it gives a lot of us this energy of like, we got to figure out what we're cooking, what we're not cooking, what you're playing into, what you're not playing into, and it stresses out the adrenals. So don't allow yourself to get stressed out. Okay? It's just keep in mind, it's just program stuff. It's just program. Really program. But we're getting ready to go through a major shift again. We're getting ready to go through another one. And this one is where we're going to see the, you're going to feel the inner surge of your connection. Like, whatever you've been struggling with physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, that's going to finally level out and get cleared. So it's like everything coming up to the surface now has to be seen in order for you to release it, in order for you to clear it in a way that it no longer affects you. Okay? So this clearing, the way it's going to come through, is going to be picking up this week, and it's going to keep accelerating till we get to, I just keep hearing February 2026. There's just a lot of energy kicking up, and until we get to February. And I think there's something going on in February. I don't know if it's a alignment thing. I can't remember what off the cuff, what if there was an alignment thing going on. But by the time we get to February, this energy of today, of what we talk about, is going to look like nothing. It's going to be that drastic. It's going to be so drastic. It's the ordinary people that are not even on a path, don't know what the hell's going on. It's going to get their attention also. So there's just so much moving. It's in the quietness when you get the messages. When you're still and you're not running around out there and muck and mire, you are getting the messages. And man, some of the things that are coming through, I've been like, geez, what's that all about? And ask those questions. Is this authentic information? Is this divine information? Because a lot of it, you don't know if it's just floating through the ethers and it's something that it just kind of attaches and it wants to give it to you, but it's not a real information for you. Okay. All right. So in our star codes, we have Libra for balance, balancing ourselves, staying in balance. And then the mini-me that goes with it is conjunction, which is alliance. So how do you find that balance? Finding it in that balance of the self. What's the alignment with it? Now, when we look at the Shaman Star Wisdom cards, we get that light and love. But we got to make sure it's divine light. And then we move into ascension. So it's kind of like you see how she's walking? She's walking from one spot and she's stepping into this light energy. That's how this ascension is going to be. Like you just step from this line to right over here. Okay? And that's going to be an entirely different vibrational alignment for you where things are just going to be in alignment happening for you. Okay? There's not going to be this struggle. Now, the only ones that are going to be doing the struggle are the ones that are not in the program. They're not doing the work. They're waiting for someone to come and rescue them. They're waiting for the so-called payout or the restitutions and all of that. It's just something to delay your evolution of yourself or where you're going. Your crystal grid is going to bring you communication of the Chalice-thin. Not sure how to say that one. And I don't think I've ever seen that stone. I wonder if it's a part of the calcite family. But it's a pretty grid. Also, I got a message about if you work with spheres, crystal spheres, pay attention to when they give you their name. A lot of the crystal spheres that you might have in your collection, they're just a crystal sphere to you, and it's just an amethyst or it's a quartz or something. But now these crystal spheres are going to actually start giving you their name of who they are, and probably even what star system that they hold as a part of the recording in their makeup of themselves, if that makes any sense. Okay, our last message will be from the guiding light. This is crazy. All right. So the first one I got, share your gifts. Number 26, get ready to see movement when you choose to share your gifts. So share your gifts. Then underneath that came number 15, a starry night. The beaming and the glistening lights from the stars remind you that there is hope for your future. Yeah, there's hope, but all of us got to participate. All of us have got to join together. That puts us in a place of power, not in a place of captivity, not in a place of control and manipulation. Empathic overload. It is time for you to truly honor your highly sensitive nature. Feeling like, oh my God, if I have to deal with one more, this sound, that sound, feeling overloaded. So one of the things I love to do is just get quiet. Just chill. Just be still. Be quiet, be still. Now, when all of that light is coming in, that red, the green, when we see the divine cosmos coming in, that's a lot of supercharged plasmic light. And it will have an effect on our physical body. And and some people are going to have some sensitivity with it. And there's this one YouTuber I watch. And I know for a fact that he's going through it, because whenever I see him, he's super sweaty. He's thirsty for water all the time. He's trying to keep up and give his report, his updates and stuff. And I'm looking at him like, you need to just chill. You need to just go sit down and just be. You need to calibrate. This is what this energy is making us do. It's making us calibrate. So some of you might have been used to just running up and down the freeway and going and visiting all your peoples and doing all that stuff. And now all of a sudden, you're like in a timeout. You're like sitting still. You're like, okay, I just want to be. You're taking a little bit longer to get out of that bed. You're taking time. When you lay down, you're prepping, you're thinking. When you lay down, you're seeing how bright the night sky looks, and it's not the lights that's making it look like that. You're feeling and seeing that whole thing of it. You're feeling how your body is moving in itself and how you're being expressed in every part of your being. You're feeling that. You're looking at your life and you're saying to yourself, this doesn't feel right. I want to change. I want this. I desire this. You're looking at those jobs. You're looking at everything saying how the script doesn't fit anymore. And it doesn't. And the more you realize how the script doesn't work anymore, how it's not fitting, the more you're giving yourself an opportunity to say yes to what fits now. Yes to, I want to do this. Yes, I want to do that. Right now, the universe is just waiting for a lot of us to commit and say, okay, I'm going to focus my energy on this. Please assist me with this. Boom, it's a clear shot. They're not up for grabs for this. 1 minute you're going to be like this, the next minute you're over here down in, I don't know, makeup land, and then over here you're not making up your mind what you're doing. Okay? So it's commit time. There's initiation, testing out, commit time. What are you going to get committed to? Because that's what you're going to be tested out on. And here's the thing, the more authentic you are and true to the self, and the more you stand in the truth and you represent that, the more the universe is moving you to that higher realm. Because to get to that higher realm, you got to be authentic. That's all there is to it in a nutshell. Bottom line, straight cross, this new energy, everything, you got to be authentic. You cannot be this energy of acting out and looking like you're down with it and all this, but you're not. And the ones that go around and they are doing stuff to people and causing problems, or they're falsifying themselves and they're not really who they say they are, I feel sorry for you. Because what's coming, yeah, if you're not authentic, oh, you're definitely, you're gone for sure. There's no doubt about it. You're gone. Okay? So being authentic is the name of the game. And when your gifts come online, how are you walking with them? How are you showing up with those gifts? Okay? So that's the message what I got so far about fine-tuning yourself. Go look at those jewelry pieces that you're supposed to be looking at, and you might want to wear them. If you find it easy, it's ready to wear. If you don't find it and it disappeared, it'll come back when it's ready. But that Moldavite, it's time to tap into it. Okay? All right, lovely. It's been my pleasure to be here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and get authentic. Divinely align yourself. All right. Much love to all of you. Be good to yourself. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Stay in a portal. Bye.